Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here once again, and I'm welcoming you to the Eddie Marcus Moment. Basic human rights for all people. I just left a fantastic city. The fantastic city was Minneapolis, Minnesota. Downtown, the buildings were immaculate. The new football stadium out of sight. And all of the other buildings represented power. Big, tall, heavy buildings, beautiful buildings representing nothing but power. And as I stared at those buildings, I'm reminded of how much money is invested. People who have invested in these buildings, who have their assets in these buildings. Big money. Big money, the powers that be. And I've come over here to another city, the capital city, St. Paul, Minnesota. It's a little bit further down the street, and I probably won't get a chance to show you that because I'm in a different area that I wanted to reflect on, just as I didn't show you those wonderful buildings in Minneapolis. I'm sure most of you who watch this video live in cities that are immaculate, or have visited cities that were just too much to even imagine had you not seen them. But right now I'm in a place called the Unidale Mall. This used to be a kind of lovely place to be, but they changed it around a little bit. They put a train station through here that comes from Minneapolis. I think the purpose is to make transportation easier for people to get from one city to the other city. But something very negative happened here in this area. The trains are passing by now. It seems as if the people who go through the hardest times in life many times ride the trains from Minneapolis to St. Paul, and they come here to do some illicit things like sell drugs, maybe exploit prostitution. I'm not sure of that. But I am sure that this looks like a pure ghetto. You got CSL plasma, people selling blood for money. I know about that. I used to do that. You got Hook Fish and Chicken, the famous Philly steak and lemonade. That can taste pretty good sometimes. But more than all of that, ladies and gentlemen, this is strictly ghetto. And as I thought about these different places that I've been seeing, how is it that I would talk about changing society, making it a beautiful place for everybody, making it a wonderful place for everybody? How do those guys who got this investment in all these magnificent buildings that I'm not showing you now, how would they think about this? Little old me. You know me, you've seen me before. I've lived around here for quite some time. Spent about 6 to 8 years in this place, and here I am talking about making this place a beautiful place where everybody can rejoice, everybody can live their lives, everybody can have their dreams come true, which means that these people who own all of these buildings, who got all of this investment in these buildings, why would they give it up? Why would they take a chance on giving it up? And as I focused on that, as I thought about that, as I gave that some attention, I'm reminded of the many earthquakes that goes and take places. I'm reminded of the tsunamis that take places across the nation. I'm reminded of the volcanoes that are exploding in various places on this planet. And the question says, what if some of that happened right here in these wonderful cities that I'm referring to, in the wonderful cities that you are so familiar with? What if a suck hole just opened up and these big buildings just dropped in the middle of these suck holes? What if a bomb, a few bombs, or many bombs come over this place and knock all of these big buildings down? Would it matter to those who got money tied up in it then? Or how much would that matter mean? Probably not much. And so I'm asking the question to myself, and I'm asking the question to you: is peace worth a change? Is prosperity for all people worth a change? Is happiness in life for you, for me, is it worth a change? Something deep down inside of me says that it is, ladies and gentlemen. It says that it's worth any change that we are willing to give for something so beautiful and something as wonderful as that. And so I keep finding myself talking to you over and over and over again, trying to persuade you one way or another that lying and cheating and stealing and gambling and killing and terrorism and war is the benefit of the life that we have chosen to live. Sure, there are big buildings, there are big beautiful cities, all of these things exist. But all of the stuff, all of the negativity that I've mentioned here is also involved in the process of existing under these terms. What I'm talking to you about, ladies and gentlemen, is getting rid of the lies, getting rid of the cheating, getting rid of the stealing, getting rid of the lack of health care, getting rid of education benefits that are denied to others, getting rid of soldiers and military guys getting into war. What I'm talking to you about is peace. Not just for those boys who got peace now. And I'm talking to you, ladies and gentlemen, about something called power. Power, we look at it here in America, and I'm sure about the rest of the world, is having the ability to cause things to happen. Powerless means that you just have to accept it and take it. It seems like there's nothing to you to do about it. Power, ladies and gentlemen. Power where you are guaranteed that if you got that power, you're going to use it to abuse others. Power, ladies and gentlemen, it never fails. Power that causes bullies to stand up and try to run over people. Powers that make dynasties and empires that conquer other people. Power, ladies and gentlemen, that write laws that keep people in a position that is desired by the powerful to hold them, and then they have to abide. I'm talking also, ladies and gentlemen, about freedom. Freedom that comes from an understanding and a recognition that there is a power greater than all powers, and that power is God. I'm talking to you about a power that no other can duplicate. For instance, no one can build an earth. Look at this earth. It might be a little ragged, might need a little home keep, but it's here, and it wasn't put here by man. Talking to you about that sky up there that looks like the clouds want to give us a little rain, maybe some terrible tornadoes or thunderstorms. It's there nevertheless, but man didn't put it there. So I'm talking to you about real power. I want to change, ladies and gentlemen. I want a major change in my life. A change where I can look at people everywhere and feel satisfied that they are satisfied because they have available to them the fulfillment of their dreams. And how does this thing manifest itself? It begins by everyone having a career of their own choosing that would allow them to participate in the creative process of all of the things that exist. And by having hands in that creative process, you don't have to borrow money, you don't have to go into debt, you don't need a loan, you don't have to pay taxes, you don't have to pay fees, because what you own, and what you own is that which you made, which you played a part in the making thereof. The resources are from God. All of the resources are from God. And the work is by you, the people. The making of the things, you, the people. And so you, the people, own everything. There's no more big eyes and little U's. We're all big in the eyes of God. We are all big in the way we have applied ourselves. I'm talking to you, ladies and gentlemen, about a brand new day. A brand new day where there are no more ghettos, where there is no need for people to pimp one another. There is no need to sell drugs. There is no need to prostitute. There is no need to rob. I'm talking to you about a brand new day, ladies and gentlemen. It's a day that's founded on the principle of love. It's a day that's founded on the principle of God. It's an expression of understanding that the love of God can only be expressed to God through one another, towards one another. It's a beautiful day, ladies and gentlemen. It is a fantastic day that I speak to you about. The message that I'm sharing with you is nothing new. If I talked to you yesterday, I shared this message. If I talked to you 6 years ago, I shared this message. And if I talk to you a year from now, I'll be sharing the same message because it is the message of life. I've asked the people of the state of Minnesota to make sure that I go in to the United States Senate from Minnesota with one thing in mind, in addressing those same issues that would make America beautiful, make Minnesota beautiful, with one intent, and that is 2020, to become the next president of the United States. So I could use that as a platform to speak not only to America, but to speak to the world, and that we can come together. Ladies and gentlemen, it sounds far-fetched. It sounds like it's a matter that is something that can never be done, but it can be done. And it doesn't take the devil. It doesn't take any power outside of ourselves. Everything that is necessary, required to do and to accomplish this rests in us if we allow it to. So I'm asking you once again, ladies and gentlemen, to consider Eddie Marcus the write-in candidate for president of the United States in 2020. Eddie Marcus the write-in candidate for the United States Senate from the state of Minnesota 2018. And together, let us create peace. Let us create prosperity, and let us create happiness for everyone. We call that our dreams coming true. We call that creating heaven on earth. I'm asking, I'm ready, I'm giving of myself and hoping that I'm not asking too much from you, because the things that I just articulate are the very same things that you yourselves want. Thank you so very much for giving me this your time. Once again, this is Eddie Marcus, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. Thank you, and God bless.